You'll likely be pulling out the credit card a lot more as the holiday season approaches, but before you do, there are some things you need to know to protect yourself. Andy Ellen of the North Carolina Retail Merchants Association is here to fill us in. And Andy, the hackers have been on a roll lately, haven't they?
The hackers have been on a roll. Their technology has improved dramatically, and unfortunately, that's not good for consumers or businesses alike.
Okay, so there's a lot of things we need to think about. What are some of the things we can do to protect ourselves?
Well, generally what happens is a hacker gets access to your information, and so consumers need to make sure they do the best job they can to take care of it. If you're going online, make sure you're using reputable sites. Make sure that your passwords are not simple things like password or 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Check your statements every couple weeks to make sure that nobody else is using your card, as well as pull your free credit report once a year, which you're allowed to do. Also, make sure that when you're using your credit card that you try and use one during this holiday season. That will limit your liability going forward, because what most cards do, there's a certain amount of liability per card. And so if you're using multiple ones, you're exposing yourself to multiple liability instead of one if you're using one card.
Okay, you mentioned a reputable site. What's your definition of reputable? How does someone know it's reputable?
Well, I think you can generally see normal retailers that you're used to seeing in the marketplace. You know that generally those are very reputable sites. They put a lot of emphasis on security on their systems and very secure points where you're entering your credit card information. You also don't want to be giving out your social security number or giving personal information unless you've initiated the conversation with somebody. Don't give it out over the phone. You know, retailers are doing all they can. They don't want your information to get hacked any more than anybody else does, and taking very strong measures, again, to make sure they protect your data. And they're doing things like wanting you to enter your PIN number into the machine, or eventually they want to move to a chip and PIN type system like they have in Europe, rather than the signature-based system that most of us are used to using in the United States.
Okay, what is the chip and PIN system?
Chip and PIN is a situation with your credit card, and it is constantly moving with a different number on your credit card, tying into a system, so that, and then you have to, that chip is tied to your actual PIN number. So right now you're just swiping your card and signing it, and it's not turning that number, which makes it easier to hack, unfortunately.
Okay, and the banks and retailers, are they all working together?
Well, it's a way that the retailers cannot do this alone. They've got to do it in combination with the banks, and we're hoping that the banks will cooperate and let us move to that system a lot faster than we are currently looking to do. Most major retailers, especially the ones that operate in Europe, are really interested in getting to that chip and PIN system as fast as possible.
Is there a difference between the debit card and the credit card when it comes to shopping?
The credit card tends to be more secure because anybody can swipe your card and sign your name, whereas you yourself know the PIN number for your card. So it's much less chance of getting hacked or getting your identity stolen if you're using your credit card with a PIN number than using it with a signature.
Gotcha. Very good information. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
If you are interested in being a part of the North Carolina Retail Merchants Association, visit the website ncrma.org.